The late great Sir Alec Guinness.
It looks like
Molasses?
like maple syrup. Yeah, molasses. There you go. Perfect. Except it's not as thick as molasses.
It's like
maple syrup you can get and be quite runny sometimes.
Yeah. I totally poured mine the wrong way, by the way, and fucked it up.
Should that be mine?
No. You had to like lean the glass and shit. I did none of that. That's right, I can just let it sit there.
On camera.
I completely fucked it immediately. Then Disney said, we'll give you $200 million. Can you do this? And he said, what? Where am I? What are you thinking here, Guinness?
Oh, dude. No.
Oh, I fucked up the pour again.
What? I was just pouring that much, wasn't I?
Yes. Thank you for pouring my Guinness, Mark. So open with everyone trying to reach Qui-Gon. He's had the revelation that Anakin is still alive. He's all PTSD'd out and he's reaching out to Qui-Gon and Qui-Gon's still giving him nothing.
We're just like...
Qui-Gon's just like... He's pork and shimmy ghost.
Pork and shimmy. Just like...
Would you shut up, Obi-Wan? I know. She was dying. She's and she's dying of Qui-Gon's cock.
They didn't meet live, right?
Oh, yeah. So Qui-Gon is it? Oh my god, I'm crying.
Just slayed me.
I love.
I'm crying.
Oh, everyone is reaching out for all, like, for the love of God, help me here.
He's banging shimmy ghost.
I've been having this a while.
We get this great scene of PTSD'd out Obi-Wan intercut with Darth Vader being assembled. And we really get to see the brutal horror. Sorry. You really get to see the brutal horror of Darth Vader and how he is now as an individual.
Dude, yeah,
he's all fucked up. He has no arms or legs. He's all burnt up. He's all fucked.
Like, you got a glimpse of that in, like, episode 5 or whatever.
Yeah.
But nothing to compare to that.
We see it all go on. And it's an awesome, brutal scene, but they fucked up the last piece, like the face mask
helmet?
and the helmet. Yeah.
Being the
Yeah, we've already seen it several times in episode 3.
It's just like,
yeah,
it makes no
episode
sense.
5, and episode 6 when Luke fucking takes it all apart. So pay attention, Disney. We know how Darth Vader's helmet comes on and off, and it's not like that.
It doesn't seem like such an important detail, but it fucking is.
Yeah, I remember watching it for the first time. Incorrect.
Yeah, I was just like,
they fucked that. So yeah, and then we cut to Darth Vader doing his Darth Vader thing, and I was always hesitant to have Darth Vader in it. But it makes sense for Darth Vader to be here.
it really does.
We see him in his lava base on. Is this lava base on Mustafar?
Yeah, he built his like castle or whatever the fuck it is there because it's his place that he feels the most of the dark side because it's the place where he lost, you know, his legs.
So he's purposely like making himself
It
suffer.
makes him stronger in the dark side.
I remember this was, well, where I first seen it. Maybe it was somewhere else before, but it was in Rogue One, where I was introduced to this lava base, and it was actually concept art that Ralph McQuarrie, the original like design for Star Wars, did for a cutscene from Empire or something, or maybe it's just an idea he had. So it's always like weird and over the top to me, but it's nice that it came from Ralph McQuarrie's original artworks.
It's kind of ridiculous when you think about an entire planet made of volcano.
And that's where he chooses to have his evil Leia.
The place where he suffered his greatest defeat.
Yeah. And then we get Darth Vader. It's James Earl Jones. I looked that up because I needed to know. Because I thought maybe he's getting old now, and like there are Morgan Freeman impressionists.
Yeah, 100%. You could totally get someone who's. I have a feeling that they wouldn't get someone who's really good. Like, if he wasn't going to do it, I feel like they'd fuck it up.
Yeah. But this was James Earl Jones, and he sounded way more Darth Vader to me than I remember him in Rogue One and stuff. Just his inflections and like the words he chose to put emphasis on. It really reminded me of like original trilogy Vader here.
Probably. Like, his dialogue felt very.
Because he was like cracking one-liners and shit in Rogue One, and he never really joked around that much.
No.
I have been watching you, third sister.
But I did love the way he was talking to the third sister or whatever. And he's basically like, alright, you wanted my attention, you got it, but you fucked this up and you're fucking dead because the Grand Inquisitor is nothing!
Yeah.
Like, just like you, really. Just get Kenobi, he's the only thing that matters.
Yeah.
He's so Vader, like you are, everyone is beneath me.
He felt like Vader to me.
Exactly, like
felt very Vader.
The entire, like,
the writing... James Earl Jones, I guess Hayden Christensen is like standing in the fucking suit. He's doing alright and
he's got a bit of screen time.
He's got a bit of screen time. Yeah, he's got a bit of screen time. That's fair.
Like that vision.
Yeah,
that
was really
I
cool.
thought was really cool because obviously Kenobi doesn't know what Anakin looks like.
Yeah,
he was dead this whole time.
Yeah, so that's him like his interpretation of it.
I just realized they I want to point out one critique though. It was supposed to be that no one knew that Anakin Skywalker was Darth Vader, but she.
Is that true?
I mean, maybe it was just in Legends. Now that I think about it, but yeah, people on the internet are pretty pissed off about it.
True.
About what's her face saying, "Oh yeah, he's alive," blah blah blah.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they are just changing the canon and then now... Well, but no, because then wouldn't Luke find out somehow? If it was common knowledge, then Luke would have found out somehow.
Well, there was literally a comic strip where fucking Vader was like killing a Jedi and he literally told him before he killed him that he was Anakin Skywalker.
Yeah.
And caused the Jedi who held Anakin in such a high regard to just break down before he killed him.
That's awesome.
Like, that's fucking brutal.
So yeah, I guess it's not great that...
And Tarkin's supposed to be not positive, but, you know...
Suspect.
And
now this lady just fucking knows it straight up.
Yeah, I totally get why people are pissed.
That's reasonable. I hadn't thought of that. That's
but I'm still enjoying it, doesn't matter.
That's fair.
Yeah, there's a lot of things. The Grand Inquisitor getting killed.
Yeah.
Seems
like appears to be dead. Yeah.
So maybe he didn't know Rebels, or they're just cleaning the slate.
Maybe.
Either or.
So yeah, this is the third episode of Obi, and we're on a third different planet. We started off on Tatooine, then we had some like Singaporean gangster neon night planet. Now we're like on a big empty farming planet, I guess they explain it as. But it really does feel globe-trotting and it's moving around. We're seeing more of the Star Wars world.
I'm relieved. Like, I thought the whole story, rest of the story would have been on that like neon planet.
Yeah.
That's what I was expecting.
Yeah.
But it's nice. It's really mixing it up.
Yeah.
And giving a different sort of outlook on the galaxy.
And it feels bigger and more grand. And the production value still looks really good. And almost looks like a movie in episode 3. And this is like halfway.
Vader in it.
Yeah. This is like, we're like halfway at this point, so I don't think the quality is going to dip for the last 3.
Hopefully not.
I don't think so.
I really don't think they're trying their best with this. And it shows.
Which is good. Because they need to
there's
try
minor
their best.
fuck-ups.
Yeah. And nothing is perfect. Like, Indiana Jones is a perfect movie, but if you sit down and break it down scene by scene, it's not a perfect movie.
Nothing.
But it's a perfect movie.
Nothing's perfect.
Nothing's perfect.
Except for Empire Strikes Back.
Except for the Empire Strikes Back. So, they're on this planet, and Leia... It might become tedious if she keeps on disobeying Obi-Wan and, like... being Leia. She runs off and she starts interacting with this like mole man.
Directly after he tells her not to.
Yeah, he's like, be quiet, don't run your whole mouth.
I didn't feel like she was like in the last episode saying like she was way more intelligent than
she wasn't hyper intelligent.
I feel like she is. She just is. She's just a typical. She's not as smart as she thinks she is.
Yeah.
And I think that's way more Leia. Like,
that's fair.
Leia did know a lot of shit, but there's a lot of times where she just was. It was her charisma which really sold it, and I feel like they did get that.
So yeah, I just think maybe if like Obi-Wan reprimanded her more for it, it's alright if it doesn't keep on happening, but it happens like every episode. Then it
Do you know how
continues.
bitter Obi-Wan is though?
Yeah.
He's like fucking, no one's coming, Leia. Like he's just
Not everyone's good, Leia.
Instantly just like, no.
Dresses her down, yeah. He's becoming more fucking Alec Guinness.
Yeah, he's becoming Ben, and I'm noticing it's a nice fusion of the two characters. Like it's not.
You can tell that Ewan McGregor has put time and effort into taking episode 3 Obi-Wan and episode 4 Obi-Wan and combining them and finding a middle ground.
And that's a love for the character.
Yeah, and he generally, whenever I've heard him talk about Alec Guinness in interviews, and I've heard him talk about Alec Guinness in a lot of interviews, he generally like brings up Alec Guinness as the like first person to play his character and has inspiration from it. He always talks to him like, yeah, great reverie and like praises his work and honors his work, and you can see that here.
So now
there are a few lines like, ooh.
Which means it's just once again makes it so perfect that he got the role of Obi-Wan in the prequels.
Yeah, absolutely. Perfect for the role. Still, yeah, one of the greatest Star Wars characters.
Mm-hmm. If not the greatest.
That's reasonable.
At least on the light side.
Yeah. This Mole Man guy, it was voiced by someone who you will never guess, Mark.
Okay, I'm not trying to, I don't know. I don't remember what he sounded like.
You won't, even if...
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Go.
It was Zach Braff of fucking
No fucking
Scrubs.
way.
It was
Really?
JD. It was John Dorian.
Who are they?
A couple of strays I found. Thought you might want to check them out.
I seen his name in the credits. I'm like, I looked it up, and it was him. He voiced this Mole Man creature.
That's fucking awesome.
It's weird, eh?
Good for him.
He's in a role.
Yeah.
Well, what's her face is on Rick and Morty.
Oh, Elliot, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's done a lot more though than he has, as far as I can see.
And she sounds like herself. Even when I knew that, and I went and rewatched this episode. I could not hear any fucking Zach Braff in it whatsoever.
I got to watch it again anyway.
Yeah.
And then I'll listen to it, but I won't hear shit.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good voice actor though, right?
Yeah. Mark Hamill doesn't sound like Mark Hamill in his various roles.
No. But you can still hear Mark Hamill, like in his Joker.
Yeah.
If you listen
and
for it.
Metalocalypse.
You
There's several people he plays. That's fair. I didn't hear any Zach Braff.
That's okay. That's good. I like that character too.
Yeah.
He just seemed like a guy who's just living on the planet and following the rules.
Yeah, he kind of...
He wasn't being specifically shifty or anything.
At the end, he kind of reveals himself to be shifty. But yeah, then it really
What did it do to
escalates.
him though? We only see that because we're seeing it from Obi-Wan's perspective.
Yeah, that's fair.
He's just a guy who doesn't want any trouble from the Empire, so he's being as cooperative as he possibly can be.
Yeah. He's nothing wrong with the rule order.
Exactly, we all know fuckers like that.
Yeah. Fuck that. There's nothing wrong with a little chaos. So, yeah, the narrative really spikes in suspense here for me when these stormtroopers get on this fucking barge with Obi-Wan and Leia. It was a great scene. It actually held, like, a lot of tension in the air. It felt
did.
like
you could feel it, like you could cut it with a knife.
Yeah, it's obviously, well shot, well written, well edited, well acted, because it is
all
suspenseful.
Obi-Wan, like at first.
Yeah.
And like they're just chill. Like, you know, they're sitting like...
Yeah, and then the conversation progresses and he messes up and says later, and they're like,
wait a
what?
second.
It reminded me of Inglourious Bastards, when those people are pretending to be Nazi
God, no.
officers. Yeah. And he says, the 3 thing, and it gives it, they're pretending to be someone they're not, and it's tense, and the other people don't know, and they're trying to disguise it, but they fuck it up.
Yeah, well, it would be tense. Fucking hell. But yeah, I fucking loved it. Like, it... And as typical as they would be, they're looking for a Jedi, you know?
Yeah.
And then it's just like...
Where are you?
They're suspicious of
Who are
everyone.
you?
Like, they're not particularly suspicious, but it's like, wait a second.
Yeah, it's a long way. You might as well tell us your story.
Yeah.
It's like, it's a long story. It's a long way.
It's like, do you have nothing better to talk about?
And he flubs it, and then he kind of gets away with it, and they leave. And then Obi-Wan and Leia have this great little emotional moment where
I loved it.
she asks him if he is her real father, and he's like, I wish I could say I was. And they talk about Padme, and then Obi-Wan goes into his backstory and stuff, which is really the only exploration live action that we've seen of Obi-Wan's backstory. We don't really learn anything about Obi-Wan in the prequels. He's like a Jedi. He Jedis around.
Well, they're told to, not think about it.
Yeah.
But now the time of the Jedi is over.
Yeah.
So he is like, he can just regress on the past. Like, that's all he would have been doing, thinking about the past.
Yeah.
What else would you do?
Yeah, and he brings up how they're in a similar situation. Like, he was taken from his family, his memories of them. She lost her family and are given to new surrogate families.
So he has memories of his mother, even though he was taken extremely young. Is that he couldn't? It's not the same as Leia when she did, because she was taken.
Leia was a
day
baby.
one. Yeah, like newborn, literally. She
Yeah.
died giving birth.
Yeah. She just lost the will to live.
Oh, of course, that happens all the time.
He's dead. He lost
Normally,
the will to
lost the
live.
will to live is followed by an act.
If that was the case, then everyone who watched Game of Thrones season 7 would have died.
Fucking Jesus.
Mass fucking
At least fucking season
deaths.
7 would have died. Jesus,
Yeah.
but it didn't. It kept going.
I remember a baby.
A baby?
Yes, I think I had a brother.
And then we get to this station. The tension suspense continue to rise. Old mole man Zach Braff is like, hey, you might want to check out these guys. And it gets to the point where violence erupts, and it just astounded me how more extreme and badass Obi-Wan was here than Boba was. He shoots a guy down and he falls and gets cut in half.
And
It's
they
actually
showed it like for like a decent length of
I
time.
actually thought that they couldn't go any darker than the Mandalorian, but apparently they've just been choosing not to go that dark. But they can go dark, and they went dark, and it was
went
awesome.
for a risk, and it
Yeah.
paid off.
Yeah, they're not playing it safe here. They're telling a story.
Maybe they feel like they can.
And they're going
they can
balls
take
deep
risks
with this
one.
Yeah.
You know, I fucking it was
They
fucking
need
awesome.
to.
Just there was a point there. It's like, okay, yeah, he's fucked at this point.
Yeah.
They got the droid there, the pro droid.
Yeah. He ends up killing all the stormtroopers, still not using his lightsaber. And then this chick comes, and it's like a bait.
I
and
was
switch.
surprised he wasn't using his lightsaber yet, but I guess
Yeah.
he
It feels like the show wanted to reveal it later for a bigger impact. But
And
yeah, maybe
it
he
did.
should have. It works. But maybe,
As soon as
logically-
you are found as a Jedi, you might as well use
yeah,
it.
might as well get your lightsaber around.
And I guess just want other people to see it. That part of the people he kills, you know what I mean? They're dead.
They killed everyone pretty much
They were killed
there.
by blaster fire, so there's
Yeah, he's not leaving as much of a clue,
not
but
leaving lightsaber.
it's still leaving bodies. Like 10 bodies.
It could be anything though. Fucking one thing I have seen in Star Wars Lords of the Galaxy is a cruel place.
That's fair.
At least in all the games and shit.
That's reasonable.
Yeah.
So this chick comes, it's a bait and switch. She thinks she's part of the Empire. She ends up being the person that he was sent there to find. They enter into this little village. It's all very covert. And
Yeah, because she was supposed to meet him earlier, hey.
yeah,
But she didn't
But
make
Leia fucked up. She was like, let's hop on this barge. And it all just went to shit from there. And Obi-Wan didn't say anything. If I was Obi-Wan, I'd
He
be
did
like...
say something.
He said not to do it, and then she did it. But I just wanted
What are
him...
you supposed to do? Leia, we're not supposed to. You're supposed to let me talk.
No, yeah, in the next scene when they get to the village, not during all the fucking covert stuff. But I just wanted him to pull her up a bit. If that was my daughter, I'd pull her up a bit.
Oh, fucking knows. But she's not. He doesn't know how to have kids. He's a fucking Jedi.
That's fair. He knows nothing about kids or love or sex.
He wants to wait till Luke gets old enough. He's like, ugh.
Yeah,
I guess he would have had dealt with younglings in the temple.
maybe.
But they're very.
Yeah, that's fair. And then we get them hiding out in this town. Not much else really happens. I like the whole atmosphere here. I like how under the gun Obi-Wan really is. The Empire is really like hot on his tail, and it's like hectic, and he's like just kind of scraping through here, but he's really close to getting found the entire time. Very tense.
One thing I really like is, like, even in the scene where he's taking on the storm, oh no, wait, it wasn't, never mind, we're not at that yet, fuck.
You can say it.
When he was fighting Vader,
Yeah.
his stance was very Alec Guinness.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't Ewan McGregor's fucking whatever stance, you know, he was doing the lightsaber forward, fucking not fucking crazy tricks, just like okay, I mean, obviously in episode 4 is a lot worse because shit, but you know it's the same principle.
Yeah.
While Obi-Wan's was very different. He's
That's
using
fair.
Ben Kenobi's stance, which I appreciated.
That's reasonable. Yeah, so basically they're hiding out, they're about to leave, and then it reveals Vader on this planet here. And I was not expecting this.
No,
whatsoever.
I was expecting an episode or two.
Yeah, I mean we are halfway at this point. But
guess
it's only episode 3, but it felt early for me. It wasn't what I would have expected.
No, I was expecting a showdown with the third sister before then.
Yeah.
Maybe
yeah.
he'd just fuck her up now, that's why they haven't done it yet.
Maybe. But yeah, and it was treated like a horror movie. This first scene of Darth Vader infiltrating the planet.
I felt I was feeling episode 5 vibes. Very episode 5, like lost hope. Like he just walks in. He just walks in and starts killing people for no reason.
Choking people, snapping people's necks. I guess he's trying to draw out Obi-Wan, but I'm glad they've lent into how dark and fucked up and psychopathic this character is. Because I thought hearing some of the interviews, they're going to make him more like sympathetic, and him and Obi-Wan are going to have like a touchy-feely moment. And maybe they will later.
Well, he does become that, but he's not there now. Right now, he's full fucking Vader.
He killed younglings, and now he's fucking Darth Vader, and he's just fucking killing people.
He ain't fucking turning back to lightsabers for another 15 years, mate. He's fucking picking cunts up, choking them, and then when their family members go to help, he's snapping
their neck.
He is Force snap neck. I didn't know that was an ability, but it makes sense.
That's a great move.
I don't know why I didn't use it on Obi-Wan.
I think he's playing with his move a little bit there.
He really was.
Yeah. And once again, it's great that it's so dark, and it's great that they're making Vader who he is, who is fucking dark. And then Obi-Wan flees. It's a very tense sequence, very horror. The way it was shot and edited, it worked really well.
Breathing when he's walking and everything.
and all the edits and like Dutch angles and zoom and stuff. It really built to like a momentous moment. It wasn't just flat and boring and stale, like there was a craft in it.
Yeah.
A successfully executed craft.
I just love how it felt like Vader. Like even in that scene in Rogue One where he was killing all the people, he didn't feel fully Vader.
Yeah.
They scratched the surface.
Yeah. I think Rogue One was before episode 8, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't that dejected then.
I think so.
But I kind of rejected... I wasn't ready for Darth Vader at that point, and I remember not liking...
We wanted something new. Right now, I'm at the perfect stage where I want more Empire content.
I just want something good.
Yeah, okay.
It's not necessarily that I don't want something new, and
I'm totally cool with something new, but I can accept new Empire content.
Yeah, I'm just happy that it's of good quality after what's happened to us.
The Book of Boba Fett.
Not even that, just the whole journey, you know?
Yeah.
The whole journey. Not even just Disney, just like the prequels and stuff.
They are releasing good content now, but not all of it is, so it's just like...
Yeah.
You aren't used to something of this magnitude being good. This is the first thing that was super important to me. The Mandalorian, it was good, but if it wasn't good, it was just like, okay.
This is a direct sequel to the prequels, which sounds funny.
A direct prequel to the
originals. A direct sequel to the prequels and a direct prequel to the original trilogy.
One of the biggest gaps in the entire series.
Yeah, 20 odd years. So Obi-Wan and Vader, they begin this cat and mouse sequence, and I like that Obi-Wan, fled him. He didn't initially fight him. There's this great moment where Obi-Wan is like, "What have you become?" And Vader is like, "I am what you made me."
Which is so impactful, but I
So
feel like
brutal
he was
and dark.
deliberately fucking with him though. Like he knows him. He knows exactly how bad he feels.
Yeah,
like,
and he's playing on that.
Yeah,
but at the same time, also you're like, don't judge me. You fucking wrecked me.
Yeah.
You destroyed me. I'm like a mess of a broken human being.
Yeah.
I'm the most broken human being ever, and you did this to me. So don't just fucking say,
I
look at
just
you
lost
now.
my limbs. You left me to burn.
I'm a monster.
Yeah.
I'm a fucking monster.
And I'm in constant pain because Palpatine designed that suit to be giving him constant pain so that it would fuel his rage. Can you imagine that? Like, fuck. His only release must be in that machine.
Do you think it jerks him off?
Does he have a dick? Yeah, he would have been.
It'd be horribly burnt.
But I mean,
his pants didn't burn off.
No, and even if it was horribly burnt, his dick's just perfectly intact. Everything else is horribly disfigured.
Think about it. It didn't burn off. It's like
the clothes aren't burnt.
It's like the Hulk. He always leaves the shorts. He doesn't just like Hulk up and like his dick and balls are out ever. Not even once. He always has the shorts. Yeah. Anakin was like that, so he's not burnt there.
No, it's just like perfect, like Hayden Christensen fucking cock. Well, horribly disfigured.
He's got little shorts. Little shorts that are perfect. Yeah, no, I mean, he's got that. The machine can give him a rough and tug.
Well, Well, I mean, hey, fucking some sort of joy, right? It's like, no joy, that doesn't beat the dark side. Takes it away.
They're like monks, they can't jerk off. Come on, man, give me this one thing.
Dude, I'm like horribly like disfigured.
It's the only thing I have.
Let this fucking machine arm jerk me off, please.
That's reasonable.
I am what you made me.
Fuck, we go to some weird places, eh?
A lot of jerking off. And a lot of fucking, apparently.
Me.
Oh my gosh. What is wrong with us?
We're fucking hilarious, I think.
That's reasonable.
This is like the second review tonight. We've had
I'm 3 beers in, which isn't 1 beer in.
certainly not.
They have a great battle, and yeah, it felt, as you said, like Alec Guinness. He's fucking not been fighting for a decade. He's slow. Vader's like toying with him. It fit in with the canon of Episode 3 and Episode 4, just as far as combat goes.
100%, like, and Vader was toying with him, but he still had the sheer power that Darth Vader had to, he focuses his form around power because he can't be quick anymore.
Yeah.
To be.
And Obi-Wan's just kind of like trying to survive and barely surviving, barely get there. He gets knocked over. Vader knocks over this thing which has flammable stones in it. He picks Obi-Wan up. Obi-Wan's in the air. He's dropped his lightsaber. He could have snapped his neck, but he's like, "You will suffer, Obi-Wan," and he pulls him into the fire.
Get burned the same way he did.
Drags him into
He
the
should
fire.
be way more burnt though, mind you. Just because he had his arm, there was still fire here in Obi-Wan's face, but it was perfectly fine.
His arm, what he's laying on, wouldn't get burnt because there wouldn't be fire there, because like the fire.
Well, the fire's hotter. If you go above fire, it's hotter than the fire.
Yeah. He was in that big ass fire for a long time, and he should have been horribly disfigured, and he wasn't. And this kind of ties into what I was talking about last week with like when you're writing
what's
in
happened,
between stuff, like if this was the original thing.
There was no one telling them they had to engulf the place in fire and put Obi-Wan's face in it. Do you know what I mean? They did that to themselves.
I like the idea. I like that Vader would have done it. That seems brutal. I like how far they're pushing the envelope, but practically Obi-Wan would have been more burnt.
He could have done something less with the same effect, like but having a thing shooting out fire and force lifting him into the flame to burn his arm or something.
Yeah, and I was actively thinking, Obi-Wan doesn't have facial burns, so he's not going to get severe facial burns here. Because we already know he doesn't have severe facial burns in Episode 4.
Exactly, but they wanted that
kind of defeats a bit of the tension. But I praise them for going so dark.
Yeah, they wanted the cool shot of the fire reflecting in Vader's mask.
That was a nice moment.
It was cool.
They're going for moments. It's like they're trying. They're like,
I can accept it.
The shooting scenes. The scenes are well shot. They're emotionally impactful.
There's so many fuck ups in sci-fi. Like, I can accept it. It's just the way it is. It's science fantasy. It's not science fiction. It can have shit that isn't completely accurate.
Even if every sequence isn't completely logical, if it instills an emotional response, I think it's fine. It's like a painting. The main purpose of a painting is to invoke emotion in the viewer. Doesn't matter if it's a painting of a house and the dimensions don't actually function within reality and they're off and askew. If it instills an emotional response, let's not talk about The Last Jedi. But I was fine with them dropping the bombs in space either. I mean, it's a World War II movie in part. It always has been inspired by World War II and samurai movies and fantasy. Yeah, it's space fantasy. It's not science fiction.
Exactly.
It's not Star Trek.
I can accept it because it's Star Wars.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna be like, nah, this is shit, done. Not watching the next episode.
It's still very good, and I'm happy it exists, and it's bringing me a lot of joy. Surprisingly,
it's bringing me a fuckload of joy.
Surprisingly, after all the bile that I've had to swallow,
there's still 3 episodes to fuck it up. But so far, so good. There's been moments, a few more moments in this one than in the first 2 episodes. I feel
that you haven't enjoyed as much.
It's not that I haven't enjoyed them. Like the scenes have all been amazing, but they notice things more.
Yeah, that's fair.
But not enough to even ruin it slightly. I'm loving it. Fucking loving it.
Yeah, Obi-Wan gets fucked up. He gets saved by that loader droid and the chick, and I just want to say, like, Darth Vader could easily have stopped him if he wanted to.
He was doing the typical Vader thing, just staring at them.
Yeah.
Vader always does that.
He already put the fire out once, so he could have just put the fire out and, like, used the Force to stop them. But he let them get away.
He just watched. He loves this cat and mouse game, I think.
That's fair, and I mean, he did that with Luke. He's not in the same situation.
He wants to kill Kenobi.
Obi-Wan fucked him up royally.
Yeah, he doesn't.
Luke was his son.
He doesn't. That's what I mean. He doesn't.
He was just playing like ball with his son.
It seems like he's fucking with him, but he wants to fucking kill him.
Yeah, so that doesn't make as much sense for him to toy with Obi-Wan. You're right.
Unless he wants to let him get away, find him again, and then put him through more agony. I don't know. Either way, we got to accept it.
I enjoyed watching them go at each other. I didn't expect it to happen this early. I didn't expect it to rise to the level of intensity that it did.
Yeah.
Some of it didn't make complete logical sense if you sit down and break it down.
But it's, you know. I mean, it is dissecting here, I guess we should. But
yeah, we should dissect it. Obi-Wan is hurt, the chick's gonna get him out, and Leia gets captured by the second sister.
What the fuck, though? Like, Vader would have just, like, and grabbed her as soon as she shot that blaster thing.
Yeah.
Like, fucking bang, dead, you're not Obi-Wan, I can kill you because you're not in later shit.
Nah! Who was that actress? She's
that
from
was,
Game of Thrones.
Ilaria Sandor?
Yeah, she's one of the fucking... And fucking Pedro Pascal is the Mando. They're both there and they're both in Star Wars. There you go, people.
Gandalf.
No Lord of the Rings people. Zach Braff was here. Has anyone been in this and seen in Lord of the Rings?
No, it just popped into my head.
Christopher Lee was in Star Wars and Lord of the Rings. That's all I can think of.
Gandalf.
So... Alright, let's wrap this up, Mark.
Okay.
Gandalf!
Great cliffhanger to end on. The second sister captures Leia.
Yeah, oh yeah, the ending, right.
I don't know where that's going. Everyone's all fucked up. Holy shit, what a ride. I was on the edge of my seat.
I do want to say I did enjoy this third sister a lot more in this episode than I did in the other two. So she's got getting potential, I guess.
Her acting
it still wasn't great.
It still feels like acting to me. She's not disappearing into her character, but
it's not bad.
It's fine.
It's not good, but it's better than the first two. So I'm trying to just each episode, you impress me.
That's fair.
You know,
entering into it with an open mind.
Yeah, I'm trying to.
Anything else you want to say about episode 3 of Obi-Wan, Mark?
I'm just really impressed by Vader, like how well they covered it.
I didn't want to see Vader, and I'm pleasantly surprised.
I just didn't want to see Vader on Tatooine fighting Obi-Wan because it made no sense for him to like know he was there. And in my mind, in the Kenobi series,
Obi didn't leave Tatooine because he had to protect Luke.
Every single version in my head was him doing shit on Tatooine for
and
6
he just
episodes.
Immediately leaves Tatooine.
Like I remember saying to you a lot of the time, like how could this be interesting? It's like a whole series
On
about
Tatooine.
him doing shit on Tatooine.
Death sticks on Tatooine.
Tatooine has been done to death.
He just left Tatooine. Luke's already fucking dead. He's gonna come back at the end of episode 6. Oh.
At the end of episode 6, has he just done like episode 6 of
Obi-Wan, not of Star Wars.
This guy, I was supposed to be doing shit about
He's
this.
just like face down on the ground.
No, he's gonna be like Darth Vader's apprentice. Like, fuck.
Oh, he's dead.
Wait, where have you been, man? It's like there's like the chicks behind him. She's like, Qui-Gon finally got back to me. Tell me the real way to live.
He was banging Shumi's ghost this whole time. High as fuck.
High on the Force. No.
Alright, we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah.
No, that was
a really